Hey there everybody, welcome back. Hopefully this video finds you well. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of a swig of coffee down here and start our show. I don't know how that works yet. Not bad. Coffee we're sipping on today, I probably wouldn't buy normally. If I didn't do this sort of stuff on the channel, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But this is Dunkin' Donuts Caramel Me Crazy or Caramel Me Crazy. Whatever you prefer. There are Dunkin' Donuts around. Personally, if I want a donut, I go to Krispy Kreme. If I want a coffee, I brew it myself. Or, I will say this, and this is really bad, but if I just want like an iced coffee, I will literally just go get a vanilla iced coffee from McDonald's. Don't know why, it tastes fine, but only a medium, because if they do a large, it starts to taste odd. There's a ratio, and the medium cup does it the best. And Starbucks is, Starbucks. I don't really care for coffee from places. I like to make it at home. But Dunkin' Donuts, I've been there, I've had their stuff, it's okay. But this isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. It is pretty darn smooth. Nothing bitter about it. No harsh flavors. The caramel is definitely artificial tasting, if we're being honest with each other. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It kind of reminds me of like anything from Bones Coffee Company. Not to say anything bad about Bones, but they do some wacky flavors, and a lot of that's done by artificial means. This would be like a good cookie dipping coffee. I don't know if I would necessarily want it every day, but I could be okay with that. It is very smooth. I don't know if they particularly have their roast on here, but I would say probably in the realm of like a medium roast. I don't think they necessarily say that on here. But yeah, it sort of feels like a bit of a medium roast. This is ground coffee, usually a whole bean kind of guy. But yeah, not bad. Dunkin', there you go. You put together pretty good coffee. I'll give you props for that. Although I will say, they heat seal the top of their bags, and if you can tell there, I ripped the crap out of it. There's a hole all the way through. I'm going to have to put it in something else, or I'm just going to dump coffee all over the place. All right, let's move on to our snack. So, I have a little snack, and this particular brand I first heard of through the Cooking Panda quarterly box. If you haven't checked out Cooking Panda, they're not a sponsor of the stream. Oh, can't see it yet. If you haven't checked out Cooking Panda, I personally recommend it. Again, they're not a sponsor of anything. They are just a company I like. Their customer service is great, and their product is great. But I first got this brand in little mini packs in a Cooking Panda box. This is Skinny Dipped Almonds, and this is their dark chocolate and peanut butter variety. So in the box, it was just dark chocolate, and those are pretty good. They are a little bitter. So they have a chocolate coating, and then they're dusted with like cocoa powder. But I thought that they were pretty darn good. And my local store started carrying these, so I got some more of those, and I looked over, it's like, dark chocolate peanut butter? Yeah, we're getting those. They have a couple of other varieties as well. Oh man, it smells great. And they are kind of like, generally that's a tough one to zoom in on when we're in this format. But they're kind of dusted with peanut butter powder. So let's try it. Wow, that's really good. Nice crunchy almonds. Not a ton of chocolate. Because some of them, they'll give you a massive chocolate shell. These don't. But a good amount of almond there. Good amount of chocolate. And that little dusting of peanut butter powder is not overwhelming. It doesn't get dry or anything like, because peanut butter is kind of desert dry stuff. But the little bit of coating that they get really imparts a nice flavor on there. That's a great snack. And these aren't necessarily cheap though. We're talking about a 3.5 ounce bag. And these were on sale. They were I think they were 2 for $6 or 2 for $7. So either $3 or $3.50 per bag. But almonds aren't cheap. But yeah, I actually really enjoy these quite a bit. I think it's really good. I actually like this better than the standard ones. So maybe we'll try some other varieties of these in the future. Decent coffee. All right. To wrap us up or to bring us home today, I'm going to show you, is it a hot sauce? Maybe. Is it a wing sauce? More likely. Is it a chicken sauce? Probably. But this showed up in my local store. I recognize the name, and you will too. But I figured, let's give it a shot. And if it's good, it might go good for some of my cooking stuff. So this is Joey Chestnut's Nashville Hot Chicken Sauce. Look at that. So Joey Chestnut, obviously, you know, most people recognize from like the competitive eating world, which I'm just going to say it is gross to watch. When they're just, you know, dipping the buns and so forth in water, and everything's just like this gloopy, soft mess. Blech. But he inhales a hot dog. He takes the glizzy to the dome. Oh man, let's give it a smell. Okay. Yeah, it smells good. Smells like there's habanero in there. I don't think there is, but well, let's check the ingredients list. Okay. Water, brown sugar, red chili peppers, vinegar, red bell, that might be it. Red bell pepper, unsalted butter, interesting, and then salt. Spices, smoked paprika, dehydrated onion, preservatives, food starch. Well, there you go. So, again, the Nashville hot chicken thing has really come on. We actually have a fantastic place in Columbus called Hot Chicken Takeover, which is actually now starting to open like restaurants. They used to just have a little, I think they might have started as a food truck, and then they moved into the North Market downtown Columbus, and had like the top half of the North Market, which is a really cool place if you're in Columbus. And they serve great chicken. You know, hot chicken and hometown sides and all that sort of stuff. So let's see how this sauce holds up to the hot chicken craze. And of course, like, you know, places like KFC, big hot chicken guys. Oh, okay. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. It's in the back of the throat. Interesting. You're gonna have to try a little bit more. Yeah, I was like, oh, this isn't hot at all. And then I went to swallow, and it just caught like right there, right in the back of the throat. It's like, oh, there's the spice. It's really odd. The front of the tongue is not detecting spice, but as soon as I go to swallow it, that's where the spice is, which is very strange. What is this sauce? Is it Nashville hot? I guess. It's probably a little too sweet for Nashville hot, if I'm just saying so myself. There is a heat, which is kind of like it kind of is like a cayenne heat. And you do get that red bell pepper in there, that sweetness of a red bell pepper. But I think that they over sugared it. And I also have to say, I don't think that there's enough butter in this. There's like, there's not enough fat. And I will say that I actually don't know much about Nashville hot chicken, like the recipe. I've never made it. I've eaten it, but I never really drilled in to look at like what is in the sauce. So maybe it's not about the butter, I guess. Because that'd be more of like buffalo sauce, right? But it needs something. It needs something else that it's not, it doesn't have. And I think, honestly, it might just be a measure more salt and it would almost be perfect. Take away some of the sugar, add just a wee bit more salt. And I think that would bring out the flavor profile you want. But overall, I will say this. I think it might make a decent chicken sauce. And I'll try it. I'll have to try it. And the other thing too is it might be something that really does have to heat up instead of eating it cold like this. But I'm just gonna stop and say I'm not crazy impressed. It's okay. But I think that with cooking, it might actually do a little better. And it is a very thin sauce too. So I've had better. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not bad, but I've had better. So there we go, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed today's show. If you've tried any of the stuff that I've laid out today, in the comments below, let me know what you thought about it, as well as leaving any sort of, comments, maybe like, hey, what should I do for a future episode? I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to send anything in to be reviewed on the channel, the P.O. box is in the description, as well as the Patreon link. Just if you want to support the channel, it's cool. If you don't, it's all good. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one. See ya.